Hey guys, it's Shy and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a get ready with me. I am showing you guys how I got this look right here. We are using the Makeup Revolution's Macaroons palette, which is literally one of my all-time favorite palettes, as well as a lot of other Makeup Revolution products, which are very affordable. They are a UK-based brand, but you can get a lot of these items at Ulta, and they're just one of my favorites, so I figured it was time we did another dedicated video kind of around them. But if you are curious on how I got this look right here, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's dive right in. We are going to be using my Macaroons palette from Makeup Revolution for this look today. I've already just put my brows on. I used my Arches and Halos brow pencil in Mocha Blonde, and then just my Bare Minerals concealer to carve everything out. I like this one because it just tends to stay more on the creamy side. So first things first, I am going to take a little large shader brush, and I'm going to set my lid space with the shade Almonds. I always set, even though I know I'm gonna go in and do a cut crease, like I have to set. I can't go in tacky. Sometimes I do if I'm working with pigments, but for like actual blendable shadows, I have to set it. I can't. Next, I am going to start building up my crease color with this little Profusion brush. You can use any small fluff brush. I just really like this one. And I'm going to first go into the shade Chocolate, which is a brown transition color, and we are going to start building this in the crease. I like to use back and forth and then circular motions to really blend it all together. And I like to go lightly handed and then just continue to build it. Especially when you're going to go in with a cut crease, you want it to be blended really, really nicely. So just back and forth and fluffy motions. Now that that first shade is down, I am going to continue to use the same brush, and I am now going to go in with, let's see, Baked with Love or Heavenly Bite. Let's go in with Heavenly Bite. Just going to be slightly darker, and loading that up and start building this again to create more of that depth. So this one, you don't want to bring it up as high as the other one. It's more about creating where you're going to be cutting your crease. So right above the crease, and then blending it in circular motions outward. You just want it a little bit deeper, so I am going to take just a deep neutral brown shade from my ColourPop palette, and again, same brush. The reason I'm using the same brush is because we are going to cut all of this out anyway, so it really doesn't matter if it gets on the lid space. So just using this to really deepen the crease area a little bit further. Now we are ready to cut the crease. I am going to use my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C6 and my AOA Studios E131 flat brush. This is my favorite brush to cut the crease with. And we are just going to start from the intersection. I like to gently give it a little look so that you can see where you need to cut it. And then just follow this space over. My favorite thing to do is just gently drag the concealer downward. I feel like that really helps create a really crisp line at the top, and it makes it very, very opaque as well to add pigment on top of. And there's our half cut crease. Both creases are cut. I am just going to use my flat shader brush one more time to just repress any lines that could have possibly formed. I feel like that's really, really important, and we're gonna go eye by eye with that. And then I am going to use this little flat Lexi 245 brush, and we are gonna start packing on the Nom Nom blue color. So this is gonna go all over. And I like to use these small shader brushes because I feel like you can just get right up against your cut crease line really, really nice and easy. And this color is gorgeous. And I am using this shadow dry as well. And it's packing that much of a punch. Just really taking your time, pressing in that color. Okay guys, so now that the blue pigment is on, I am going to layer my Mermaid's pigment from Peaches and Cream makeup right on top. To do this, I am just going to give my brush a little spritz so that I can layer it on a little bit more wet, tapping off the excess and just pressing this on right over the blue. This is just gonna give it a really beautiful sparkle. All right guys, so now that that pigment is on, I'm gonna take that dark shade from my ColourPop palette one more time and just press gently into the corner over here just to create a little bit more of a seamless blend. And this is a very, very gentle pressing because you really don't wanna disrupt what you just did. See, so it just gives you a little bit more of that easy blend. Just gentle press, 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 just like that. Next, I am going to take one of my makeup wipes and I am going to create the wing moment for this look. So I literally just drag my brush up, or my finger up. And you can also, as I always say, do the same thing with tape. Tape irritates my eyes, so I try to avoid it. But this, in my opinion, is super easy. It used to even be easier when I had nails on, but even now that I'm like not using nails, still get a really precise line. And then also just go underneath the eye and clean up anything that could have fallen. Any glitter pigment we don't want there, anything like that. I just took some of my e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer and then I'm gonna go right over top with it with my Milk Hydro Grip. This is like one of the best primers that ever existed. I was gonna use my Makeup Revolution Blur and I'm completely out of it, so I need to reorder it. Now, while this is settling in, I am just gonna use just a NYX glitter palette top off to the side and I'm gonna mix my Makeup Revolution matte base. I'm gonna mix in the shade 10.5 with the shade 5.6 and I think this will give me like the shade that I actually need for today. And I love that these are squeezies. This makes it so easy. I'm just gonna take the end of a little brush and really just mix these thoroughly through. Because with this, whatchamacallit, Milk Blur Primer, you do want it to get nice and sticky. And see, mixing that pretty close. Okay, I'm not mad at that. So now that it is a little bit more tacky, see it? That's actually a really good match. Oh, yay. And I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk sponge from Target as well and just pick some up and press this in. Look at how much coverage this has. I love this foundation so much. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, you've heard me rave about it a million times. I really like it. Covers up everything. And then of course dragging it down the neck to just make sure that we are all blended. I try really hard not to tan my face, so it's always dramatically lighter than my body. All right, and just making sure that we are really gentle around the eye look, not to mess that up. Now that the foundation is all on, like look at that coverage, guys. It's so good. And it's like matte, but it still has like a little bit of a natural skin sheen. Of course, per usual, I put out way too much. I'm gonna put that in a little jar so I can use it for tomorrow. Now, for underneath my eyes today, I am gonna use the Maybelline Age Rewind Neutralizer. And then I am going to layer light right over top. I love that these are twisty. And then right down the center of the nose, forehead, right here and right here. Just any place that you want to bring light to your face. And then just taking my sponge and blending it out. See, it blends so beautifully. And I really try to be careful around the makeup look. That's one thing that is nice about these sponges that have the tip on them, is you can get right up in there and be able to blend it all out. To bake today, I am going to use my Revolution Banana Light Powder and the sponge. I just am dumping the component out on the back of another palette and just going to press this into the skin. I love that they came out with the banana light because the banana was a little bit too deep for my skin, because I like it to be very, very brightened underneath my eye, and this powder is so good. I don't use it quite as much on my channel just because the component drives me crazy. I just need to put it in one of my old like Laura Mercier components and I think I'll be fine. And per usual, I am going to set the rest of my face with my Neutrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder. This one is amazing. And it's slightly darker, so it really helps like bring warmth back into the face so that I don't look like a ghost after all of my brightening. And then to contour, I am just going to use my Cover FX contour palette and my little Hack beauty brush. This one is such a good shade. For bronzer, I am going to use my Bucket bronzer that I use almost every day and really warm this face up. Just makes such a big difference. And my base literally looks like poreless right now. It is amazing. If you need a good poreless base, this is so good. And this foundation stays really, really nice as well all day long. I don't tend to use it quite as much because I really do need to mix it because I did not get my perfect shade when I ordered it, but mixing it, like, I don't mind. For blush today, I am going to use my Makeup Revolution Hot Spice Blush Palette. I think I am going to go into this shade right here. This is a giant Morphe brush. And I like to put it on both sides and then really tap it into the skin. This is such a pretty blush color. And then really just re-tapping over everything so that we look flawless. Perfect. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit more of that banana powder and just cut right under everything to give ourselves a really good line. See how that just makes such a difference? And you just use the tiniest bit of powder and just right underneath there to look very nice and chiseled and contoured. Okay guys, and for highlight today, I am going to use my Glamtime highlight from Wet n Wild. This one is such a blinding pretty highlight. It is like a pink that shifts to gold. And you want to go, yeah, see how blinding that is? And I like to just put a little bit and then again we're blending it out so that we have that intense moment. So popping it down and just really taking your time blending it. This is an AOA Studios E130 brush, by the way. Like, look at how pretty that is. And then hitting the Cupid's bow area. Alright guys, and both lashes are on. We are going to dive back into our palette, and I am going to use, let's see. This is a Peaches and Cream PC07 brush, just a really small brush. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to use my PC22. I'm going to take chocolate and I'm going to buff it right under the eye. just like that. I feel like in these really colorful looks, having a neutral under eye can really balance it out. And just building your under eye. See, it just, I don't know, I feel like it just balances. It does something for me. And then, I literally, my lashes are still wet, so I'm just like making sure that they are sticking. And then for the inner corner moment, I think that I am going to take, what do I want to do for inner corner? I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to take my Jeffree Star Wet Dream Supreme Frost and my BH Cosmetics number 13 brush. I'm just going to lick it to get it wet, and I'm going to pop this on the inner corner. Because this is like the exact color that I wanted to do. See, it's just, oh, so good. I think we need to put some on the cheeks as well. Just a little touch, you know? Yes. I like to glow to the damn gods. You guys know this. I can never have enough. And then I'm going to do my bottom mascara. Oh my god, I really like the way that this look turned out. That blue shadow, guys, isn't it so pretty? Oh my gosh. Okay, now for lips, I am going to first go in with my Wet n Wild Pout Lip Balm. Literally my favorite lip balm of all time. I've gotten everybody like obsessed with it. I bought like one for my mom, one for everybody. And then I am going to take my NYX Matt's It lip pencil. Or not NYX, oh my god, L'Oreal Matt's It lip pencil. Now that the lips are lined, I am going to take my Nude Lust Maybelline lipstick. This one is such a good nude shade. I love it. Just making sure we are all blended. Perfect. And then to finish the look off, I am going to use my Wet n Wild setting spray. This is the matte photo focus one. Okay guys, and this is today's finished look. This is another look of the makeup up close. I absolutely love how everything turned out. And then I just did a little like half up, half down thing because it is super hot and I hate having my hair in my face. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and I will see you next time. Bye guys.